This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Welcome to God Papi. That's what I am. I'm a Papi through God.
Also, Drake's handle on Instagram.
Yeah.
Champagne Papi.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a Papi. Both of us are daddies in that way.
What is
Yep.
a pappy?
Someone,
daddy.
you know, it's just a daddy. Someone with good, good hairline and just
Is
a
it
bit
like
of
an
that.
Italian dad? No.
No, it's Hispanic for sure.
Oh, right.
Papi, si papi.
Okay. I'll use that one then.
Si papi, chupapo meñeño, chupapi meñeño.
What does that mean?
Is that racist?
I don't know.
No, you're doing if it. Are you doing
well,
a character?
It's actually,
Who's
it's like a
character?
TikTok thing.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know what
Right,
you're saying though, so it could be.
Well, I don't know. It's true. I have repeated something I heard
Yeah.
on TikTok.
I also didn't laugh. Belle did. So if it is racist, you're racist, and so is Belle.
Yeah, but I asked. I said, ooh.
Doesn't mean, but you can say
Shows
something
that I'm
racist.
aware
If
of
you
it.
say, you can say something racist and say, am I racist?
Ben,
Or is
let's
that racist?
agree. Liam will be fired.
You might be though, because you laughed. You're a witness. You're a bystander.
I'm a contributor. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, anyway, enjoy our episode, God Papi.
Who's ready to give it heaps?
I'm ready,
I
Ben.
am.
I'm ready.
See, Liam sounds like he is. Belle, you sound like you're pretending.
I always give it heaps. You
You got to give it more.
Give it a good, just give it a good go.
Give it.
I'm ready.
There we go. She's giving it heaps.
That's the kind of
I like
energy we
it.
want.
WhatIf.com helps Aussies make the most out of every trip. Book a hotel, flight, late checkout and spa all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump on the What If app and get started.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Look, very exciting times for Ben and his wife Sam. Obviously, me as the Godfather. Very involved, very hands-on with the pregnancy of their firstborn son. Could be any time now. Ben's phone could literally ring and he could leave the room, but it also could be in like a week. We don't know. But I've been thinking, geez, I've been doing so much to prepare, helping out, choosing colour schemes for the nursery and that sort of stuff. And, helping with birthing classes and just being there for emotional support, a shoulder to cry on.
You haven't done any of that.
But I was like, how can I help in these sort of final stages by actually delivering the baby? And that's, that feels like that's one for the pros. I mean, I can't do that. But I was like, maybe I could comfort Sam while she's giving birth. And so that's why I've made a small cassette with a song that I feel like she could play and it would sort of soothe
old
her.
school.
Yeah, and it would also be like the first thing that my godson hears as he's sort of coming into the world.
So whilst she's giving birth,
I imagine
you want me to
this
hit
song.
play on this?
Yes, or I can come in live. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming it might be hard to sing through the mask because if you've got the mask on and the little hat, you
Right.
have to be careful with all the PPE and whatnot.
When a baby's born, they're supposed to go skin on skin and bond and go, this is your father, this is your mother.
yeah.
But then you got Liam trying to bond through song.
It would be good to.
Ooh.
Well, if there's, I will present my skin if there's a chance to be able to bond. Anyway, here's a little number inspired by the works of Yusuf Islam, formerly Cat Stevens. Call this little ditty Godfather and Son.
It's not time for a nappy change. I'll relax and take it easy. You're still young, you're a baby. There's so much you have to know. Suck a dummy, settle down. If you want, you can stay up late because I'm cool. I'm not your dad, I'm your godpappy. I was once like you are now, bold and fat, eating puree, guzzling breast milk. Now I'm old, I only do that on the weekends. Ignore your dad and your mum. You're basically like my real son, 'cause God will still be here tomorrow, but your parents may not. If they die, I'll raise you. How can I try to explain? 'Cause when I do, I'm told I'm insane. Your dad trusts me with your life, but I'm not on your birth certificate. Feels like mixed messaging to me. Am I your father or not? thought I should have naming rights and get the baby bonus. I should get pram parking too. What a lucky boy. 2 dads and 1 mum. That's more dads than most. 1 more than Ben and 2 more than Belle. You're my son. Don't get confused. I'm the one who cares for you most in this world. Little boy, you will grow old to be strong like me. So strong like your god, Papi.
Just going to trail it off at the end.
Trailed off. That's Godfather and Son, written and performed by Liam Stapleton for his godson.
Is there a bit in there about me and my wife Sam dying?
Well, just on the off, I think that's what godparents are sort of there for. I didn't want to bring it down, but yeah. And there was also a few keynotes there about, I don't know if you might have missed it, but just being on birth certificate and that sort of stuff. But we can bring that up later. But that was just sort of, I thought, if it was sort of emotional and you were feeling it, I've got my pen, so ready to be on it.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Lucas in Chelsea, good morning. You ready to give it heaps?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, sounds
Sounds
good.
like it.
Okay, well, 5 questions. First time playing the 610 quiz?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
All right, well, look, it's pretty easy stuff.
Do you, as someone that listens to the 610 quiz, do you find it annoying when people get easy answers wrong when you're in the car, Lucas?
Yeah, I do, but to be honest, I'm probably going to get easy answers wrong.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
well, let's see how you go. The trailer for the new Wonka movie, starring Timothy Chalamet, has dropped overnight. In the original Willy Wonka, what was the fate of Augustus Gloop?
What was the fate?
Yeah, so what happened
happened?
to Gloopy?
He was the chub one.
Oh, he ate he ate. No, he fell in the chocolate river.
He got
there.
no, but he fell in because he was eating it. So yeah, it came back to you.
We heard the cogs turn.
Yeah. The Melbourne suburbs where the most cats and dogs have been revealed, including Paran. Can you spell Paran for us?
P-R-A-H-A-N.
Oh, it was close. Just missing one little letter there.
I did a lot. No, you only get one shot, Lucas.
I wasn't trying to restart.
No, you're right. You know what, Lucas? Because we like you, stay on the line. We'll come back to you if somebody else gets one wrong, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, stay there.
All right, there you go. Jess in Frankston, can you spell Paran for us?
Yes, I am.
Go for it. Spell Paran.
Sorry?
Spell Paran. The suburb.
Oh, Paran.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Let's go back to Lucas. Let's go back to Lucas. I think we
No,
No.
we are
Jess-
moving on.
No,
we are moving on.
She wasn't ready.
Lucas,
Doesn't matter. You're
you
gonna be
get,
ready.
you get another crack, mate. Go for it.
Spell Paran.
Yeah.
P-A-R.
Okay. All right. It's going to be one of those mornings.
Lucas, stay there. We'll come back to you.
It is a bit of a weird one. It is curly, but it's like just slow it down, okay, guys?
13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you want to play the quiz this morning. Drew in Kilmore, spell it, please.
It's P-R-A-H-R-A-N.
He's done it.
Nice.
Well done.
Stuff, Drew. Carrie and Boris Johnson have welcomed their third child named Frank Alfred Odysseus. Boris was the Prime Minister of where?
Shelton. Shit. Wasn't Russia, man.
Boris. No, there is no Prime Minister in Russia, funnily enough.
True.
Daniel joins us now in Mulgrave. Daniel's just dropped off the line.
That
Jesus,
means
this is
we
going
go
well.
back to Lucas. Good morning, Lucas. You still there, mate?
I'm still here.
Boris Johnson. Where's he the Prime Minister of?
He was the Prime Minister of England.
Of course he was, yeah, the UK. A Prime is being investigated for having 6 times the amount of caffeine a can of Coke has. Aside from coffee, what else has caffeine in it?
Coke.
Yeah. Britney Spears' release date for her memoir. Can you finish these lyrics?
With you, I lose my mind.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Nice.
Lucas comes through with the goods.
Third time lucky, baby. Well, you did say you were going to give it the heaps this morning. I'm still getting over Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of Russia. I mean, it's just like you've been near news, but you've never read it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like you've seen sort of things floating around.
Lucas, you get to choose the next song we play this morning. So, do you want to hear The Fray?
Or would you like to hear an Aussie classic, which of course gets sung a lot before Ben's AFL team plays?
Never, ever.
I'll go for Never Tear Us Apart.
Yeah, all right. Good choice, Lucas.
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart.
Last night, my beautiful monthly Gals Night dinner catch-up was absolutely ruined. I catch up with my school friends once a month. We have a little calendar invite, a little meeting in our
Every month?
calendar. Yeah. Once.
Too much.
Okay.
Way too much.
Okay, but if we don't, we wouldn't see each other. So we do it every
But,
month.
like,
We catch
Once
up.
I reckon you need to see your school friends once every 10 years.
Okay, that's just you, Ben. That's just you. We catch up on like how our jobs are going, what's happening at home. I had my engagement news, I had to show off the ring. And so we caught up where we used to go out on Glenferrie Road at the Hawthorn, all set for a beautiful meal. Now,
Hang on. I know what happened. I'm not going to spoil it, but I know what happened.
so we grew up there. We grew up in this area in Hawthorn. We went to school up the road on Glenferrie Road. And we were like, yeah, we'll just go there. It'll be like old times. We'll get some pastas. We'll get some salads. And we went up to the bar and we went to order our drinks, a Pinot Noir, a Chardonnay. Now, the first sign that something was wrong was that the girl next to us was wearing a crop top and a mini skirt and ordered a double shot vodka cranberry, which I was like, God damn, we are old. We're here ordering literally a Pinot Noir and a Chardonnay. We're then mid-meal, all, like I said, talking about our jobs, our work, how's everything going? Suddenly, the lights went out mid-meal and this started.
It's Tuesday night, baby.
It's Tight Ass Tuesdays at the Hawker. We forgot. And we're literally like, well, what do? Do we leave? And we're sitting there and the DJ's like, you ready for this one?
Every Swinburne uni student, everyone who just wants to get blind on a Tuesday, that'd be the place you'd head.
I'm not even joking. We're sitting there eating, and behind our table was a girl getting her ID photographed by that computer, and flashing in her face. And she's like, yes!
You're just trying to enjoy your gnocchi, and they're like, $5 Bacardis at the bar, we're here all night. Come on, the vibe is big, the room is small. Well, for all the Timothy Chalamet fans out there, get very excited because his new film Wonka dropping the 15th of December. So it's something to look forward to at the end of the year. It is just called Wonka. Don't know if you heard about this one. Obviously, like Gene Wilder, classic Willy Wonka. Everyone's seen the movie. Doesn't matter how old you are, you've seen it.
Yeah, Johnny Depp one as well.
Then there's the Johnny Depp one, which was probably not as good, but it was okay, I think.
It introduced a new generation to the story.
Yeah, did we need a third Wonka this early? Some would say no, some would say yes.
It's not just a remake of the original, it's a prequel. So it's filling in the backstory of how Willy became Wonka.
That's right, Ben. And it does actually say that in the new trailer, which is dropped overnight. Have a listen to it here.
Mr. Wonka, I can see you're a man of great ingenuity.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
Nutty, absolutely insane.
Mr. Wonka, I can see you're a man of great ingenuity.
I'm having a look at you, Mr. Wonka, and I can tell a great man when I see one, and you look like you could make some fancy chocolates.
Freaking crazy chocolates that make you fly all over the place.
It's very like
It's corny.
it's well, I suppose it's it's for kids,
For
I
kids.
suppose. Timothy Chalamet is kind of like that. It's like a bit of a heartthrob, I think, for people in their teens
Yeah,
and that sort of
look,
stuff. But
Watching him in this trailer, to me, I'm just going to say, he just doesn't fit it. I don't think he
well,
fits
I
it.
suppose he's a young Willy Wonka.
I
you know?
think he does.
He doesn't
look-
have the wackiness, though.
He does look like a young Wonka. Like he looks like he fits
Well,
the
look,
part.
there's some good actors in it, like Keegan-Michael Key from like Key and Peele, Rowan Atkinson. So he popped up. Olivia Colman, Matt Lucas, one half of Little Britain. So there's a few like sort of familiar faces in there. But you're right. There is a lot of cornball bits in it.
You promise?
I pinky promise. That's the most solemn vow there is.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
that's the most solemn vow. A little pinky.
You promise?
The thing that like you might watch the trailer in your own time today, and you make your mind up whether you want to see this movie or not. But the thing that's going to send you, and I feel like it's the thing that's going to pop up later on today. There'll be memes and screenshots of it. Is Hugh Grant, like the actor Hugh Grant's face, superimposed onto a little orange Oompa Loompa with the green hair. Hugh Grant is playing like all the Oompa Loompas, and it's weird because you're like who Hugh Grant
Oh, it's
is,
just
and
his
you're
face. It's
Yeah,
not like
that's
he's
it.
got makeup.
And
It's just...
they know it's the thing everyone's going to talk about because
sure.
at the end of the trailer, like the trailer finishes and it says, how Willy becomes Wonka or whatever,
Yeah.
and then that fades, and then the last scene is revealing that he is the Oompa Loompa.
So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know that I am a perfectly respectable size for an Oompa Loompa.
Cracky, cracky, gosh.
I'm not a girl. I'm just a boy standing in front of a girl.
Yeah, look, you can watch the trailer today for yourself. You can make your own mind up. I think as a team, we didn't love it. Seems a bit weird.
I'm looking forward to Shrek Origins, where they peel another layer of the onion back,
And
we.
Hugh Grant will play the donkey.
Yes, that'd be good.
Very exciting because it's finally time this morning to open up the forbidden folder. Has everybody got their keys?
Yeah, I got mine, Ben. Yeah.
Belle, yep. All right, everyone turn your key.
This is where we keep all the ideas the boss has said no to in the past. This is an interesting one. 13-24-10. Do you own a gun?
Ooh.
We're not wild on guns here in Australia, which I like, for the record.
But you are legally allowed to own
Oh
one.
yeah, I
if you
think you're allowed to
have
have guns. Yeah,
Right,
like farmers
right,
and stuff
right.
have guns. I feel like if I wanted a gun, I could probably get one, right? Like I'd get a license for it and stuff.
No,
you
I
get
think-
a license, yeah. You have to have a license, and then
And then
you
you
get
Don't you have to have
do
like a
training
reason,
or
though? You have to
something, or-
say why.
Well, you could be a part of a club.
Yeah.
But then you got to have, I believe you'd have to have like a gun safe as well installed. So that
Something
so you can lock it up.
Yeah, right. We actually, we've got a gun club next to our suburb, next to Sandhurst.
You said next door. I was like,
I almost
must have
did.
been a cheap house.
But we hear the gun club going off. They do every Sunday morning, the first Sunday of every month. Sunday morning at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. you hear like, doof, like for like 3 hours straight.
I feel like you should have looked into that before you.
Yeah, well, it's too
You're
late now.
shacked up. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I don't think I wouldn't want, even if I lived in America, I wouldn't want one.
Have you ever shot a gun?
No.
Never. You've never shot a gun.
No, I held one once. It was this weird thing where it was like my friend's girlfriend's dad, and he was pretty bogan, and he had all these guns, and he let us hold his guns.
Wow.
Touch the gun.
I know, yeah. No, looking back on it, it's kind of weird. I remember like getting photos on my phone of me like holding it. And I'm thinking like, wow.
See, it's a different world because I grew up in like regional country. So like not like super duper country, but I grew up in the country.
It's
and
pretty country.
It's pretty country. And so we grew up driving paddock bashes and shooting guns. That's what we did as kids. That's
I feel
100%
like
what
Ben,
we did.
like we became friends in sort of adult life or like later teenage years. We didn't know each other at school or anything like that. But I feel like my parents probably wouldn't let me go to your house.
Really?
They'd probably
See,
be like, "Oh no,
absolutely
that dangerous Harvey household where they're just driving around when they're 13 shooting
So
stuff."
most weekends we'd go around to the Franklin's farm and we would just do pot shots on the 22.
I don't even know
it's a
what-
different
I don't
gun.
even know what that is.
22 is like
No, pot shot.
pot shot. You just take shots at like cannons.
Well, is a 22
right.
like a slug gun?
No, 22 it's a gun, 22 caliber, but it's not. It's
You
not
could like kill someone.
It's not like you don't see that sniper movie where they're using a 22. It's more like it's a small rifle.
Yeah, okay, it's for rabbits and stuff.
It's for like rabbits and stuff.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, right.
Did you
yeah.
shoot any animals?
Oh, I went rabbiting.
What?
kangarooing.
What? Ben?
Belle, it's how you grow up.
No, it's not.
That's how I grew up.
That's awful.
I mean, I don't do it
I
now.
have lost respect for you.
I don't do it now.
It's very hard to find rabbits around Glen Iris, you know. So I mean, he would if he could, but it's just he's been looking for them. Yeah, well, look, do you have a gun? No judgment. I mean, whether you're part of a club or, you know, I don't know.
There will be judgment.
Well,
if you
no,
hunt.
it would have to be. It would have to be legally. Do you have a gun?
Well,
legally?
I would 100% accept an illegal gun. Or we'd probably pass your number on to some of the authorities. But yeah, if you want to, you know, say like, yeah, I've got a, you know, one with the number filed off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to not take that call.
13 24 10 is our number. We're doing the Forbidden Folder this morning. Give us a buzz. We'd love to know, do you own a gun?
We keep these ideas under lock and key because they're forbidden. And we've asked this morning, 13 24 10, do you own a gun? You would hope if you're a responsible gun owner, you'd also have that under lock and key. I don't know. I've never had one. Ben and Belle, I don't think I ever will. I don't really like them particularly, but you know, I suppose people have them for different things.
It's like anything though. It's if you do it right and you do it correctly, it's fine. But because certain people abuse things, and it gets a bad rap.
And obviously, we're like luckier with the laws in this country that it's a lot safer.
Oh, yeah,
and everyone. So
absolutely.
I think everyone like leans into it. Everyone's like, yeah, it's good that we've got those.
But that's why, for us today, we wanted to do this for Forbidden Folder because
It's a bit
it's
taboo,
so
isn't it? It's a bit
interesting.
like, oh, if someone's like, oh, my dad's got a gun, you're like, does he? Oh my God. Well, we do have a call. Ben in Wheels Hill, you have a gun.
I do.
And how long you had it for, Benny?
6 years.
6 years. And so, are you a part of a club?
I am Melbourne Gun Club, so it's it's a clay target club.
Okay, cool. So that, I mean, that's, I think everyone's like, you've put everyone at ease.
Yeah.
You're shooting clay pigeons. No one's getting hurt.
So are you into it for the sport side of it where you enjoy the sport of trying to hit a clay target? Do you do it because you think that they're cool? Like what draws you to it?
It's awesome fun.
Yeah.
So it was, and initially a friend of mine calls me up and says, oh, I'm going to a come and try day. I said, what's that? He goes, oh, we're going to shoot targets. I said, I'm in. I'd never shot a gun before.
Yeah.
And I went down there to a come and try day, and that was it. I was hooked, joined up, got my license, acquired a gun. My wife was a bit anxious, to say the least. But there's all these different protocols around it as well for safety. So it's been terrific. So now I shoot 3 days a week.
Wow.
Crazy.
So at home, do you have to keep it locked up?
Yeah. So I have. So by law, it must be locked in a safe. So I've got quite a solid safe, which is actually dynabolted down to the floor and wall. So it's not going anywhere in a hurry.
Yeah.
And then for cartridges, they're stored in a separate safe as well. So everything's always locked up under lock and key. So,
so Ben, do you, as a gun owner, do you feel judgment from people when you mention that you've got one?
Yeah, some people are a bit funny. I remember I went to buy a new car and I was a bit concerned about the size of the boot, so I actually bought a case down there. Just an empty case.
Hang on. An empty gun case just rocking up at someone's house at carsales.com. G'day, I'm just here for the...
I think you should have just gone with the measurements in your notes or something.
Here for the
Ben.
Commodore,
Pull a
right?
tape measure.
Any chance of a discount?
Yeah, I knew the car dealership pretty well. And, and he said, this is a first, Ben. And I said, oh, yeah, I just wanted to make sure. But no, it's... Yeah, no, it's all...
You do feel a bit of judgment from people.
Yeah.
Did the case
some people do
fit in the boot?
I think look, it's only clay targets. So I'm a competition shooter, so you know, I'm all for animals and everything. I wouldn't hurt a snail.
Yeah.
But when it comes to competition, that's a different story with clay targets. You know, it's just a lot of fun.
It does surprise me, though, Ben, that you're allowed to take it home. I thought the club would say, all right, so everybody locks their guns up here and we keep them here. The fact that you're allowed to take it home. Are there rules about what if you have an intruder? Are you allowed to use your gun? Or you just never touch it?
No, you just wouldn't touch it. You just keep it locked away and that's it. It's out of mind, out of sight. So I don't even think about it until it comes to the day when I go down to practice or competition, and out it comes, straight into the vehicle, locked in the vehicle. Off I go down to the club.
Do you ever do what they do like in the movies, where people like clean their gun so that it like works really well? Like, is there like once a week where you're like on the kitchen table with it all sprawled out and you're like cleaning all the parts?
It comes out of my office.
Oh, right. Can you, Ben? Can you like assemble it really quick? Like, you know how they do it like really quick.
No, every time I shoot, it cleans because they can be quite expensive.
Yeah, that's a man that respects his rifle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like you, Ben. You seem pretty chill. You sound responsible. We have another call here from Rach in Clyde. Do you own a gun yourself, or does someone you know own a gun?
My husband owns a gun. He actually owns 2.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so is he into it for the sports side of it? Why does he own it?
So he goes deer hunting.
Okay. And so was that something he's always done, or has he started doing it recently?
It's actually more recent. We used to go camping, bush bashing all the time. And, then he just started looking into deer hunting and, he's since acquired 2 guns.
Are you like wild on it? Are you sort of like a bit off the whole idea?
How do you feel?
I don't feel either way. It's something he enjoys, and I have eaten the meat that he's killed when he's, like, brought something home.
Yep.
But, like, I don't participate, but I also understand there's so many regulations, rules, and safety measures that, like, I fully support him doing it.
Have you got kids, Rach?
We do. We
have you had a chat with them about it?
Yeah, they're well aware that he goes hunting.
Yeah.
And like the other guy said, they have to be legally in a safe, bolted to the ground.
Yeah.
All the cartridges and everything have to be in a separate location,
Yep.
all locked. My husband's the only one with a license, so he's the only one that has the key. It's like fully safe within our house.
Yeah, it's all regulated. Well, there you go, Rach. Thank you very much for calling up this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
Well, now we know where to get 3 guns quick if we ever have the need, guys. We have the contacts here. I don't know. I feel like I'd be a bit off it if my fiance was just like, "Oh, I'm into boar hunting now." I'd be like, "Oh shit, I didn't sign up." You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's something that you need entry level. You need to approve of that.
I can't wait for one day when I'm living in the middle of nowhere, out on my self-sustained farm. I can't wait to invite you round and let you shoot your first ever 22. That'll be a real rush.
Well, you get really far away because I hope that it's near those cans and not ricocheting off anything.
Yeah, mate. It'll be in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
It'll just be you.
You want to come, Belle?
And the 22.
Yeah, if we're just shooting
It'll be
clay
cans.
and
It'll be
cans.
it'll be clay and
Nothing
cans,
alive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right. I'll get a rush.
Right now, if I may, I've thought up a little game. I thought maybe we could do it as a regular segment.
Oh, big call.
It's not groundbreaking. It's called What's Got More Views. So I'll say like a thing.
No need to explain. I've got it, Ben. Yeah.
I think it's going to be, it'll be Liam versus Belle.
Okay.
Right, that's very cute, Ben.
Yeah.
Do you have an intro?
I'm glad you asked,
Oh,
Belle.
my God.
What's got more views? What's got more views? Tell me, I gotta know.
What's got more views?
Yeah.
What's got
Still going.
what's got more views?
I love it already. Hootie Gurus. It's got everything.
You'll notice that intro heavily auto-tuned.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. It's
I actually
heavily-
I heard whispers that there was not a tantrum, but a I don't need to be auto-tuned, and there was a bit of an
Are you serious?
I heard there was an overruling in the audio booth. Yeah, it's just what I heard behind the scenes.
Whoa, hang on. Can we?
I would
if
love
we do
to
this
hear-
game again, can we have the raw?
That's good. That would be good. As a special treat, we could hear what it really sounds like without the aid of heavily produced.
Maybe if we get it in time, we can get it after the game's finished. Let's jump into the game. So I've got 5 of these. It's Liam versus Belle. Buzz in with your name if you want to answer. If you get it wrong, though, the other person just gets the point. Feel free to play along when you're listening. What's got more views on Netflix? Wednesday, starring Jenna Ortega, or Dharma?
Liam.
Go for it, Liam.
I preferred Dharma. I watched like 20 minutes of Wednesday, but I think Wednesday would have beaten it.
Yeah, wasn't there records and broken and
I think
stuff?
so.
It's certainly not number 1 on Netflix, but it is up there. And it did beat Dharma. 1.2 billion hours watched of that show.
I actually think that gives me more faith in the world because I'm like, I'd rather people just enjoy an Addams Family thing than a thing about someone eating people.
Educate yourself.
All right, what got more views on free-to-air TV last night? The Project on Channel 10 or The Hot Seat with Eddie Maguire
Belle.
on Channel 9? Go for it, Belle.
I'm going to go The Hot Seat.
Correct. It did.
That's so mean to The Project.
So The Project got 300,000 and The Hot Seat got 442.
What time's The Hot Seat? Is it like 5
Eddie would be laughing. He would have pre-recorded that about 8 months ago, just going, easy, just racking in the views.
All right, it is 1 point apiece. Let's go to the cinema now. What had a bigger opening weekend in the box office? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
That's the new one.
That's the new one. Or Disney's Elemental.
Liam.
Which looks a lot like, I don't know if anyone knows the movie Osmosis Jones.
Oh,
Remember that?
No. I was going to say it looks
the
like Inside
Emoji
Out.
Movie. Okay.
It does also look like that.
All three different things.
Liam, you buzzed in.
Yeah, it's Indiana.
No. I would say definitely
School
the Disney
holidays,
one. Yes, school holidays and parents would take their kids.
Liam, you're right with your original guess. Well, it's Indiana Jones.
It's Harrison Ford.
It's not a good movie.
It's history.
And actually, so it's made $60 million in its opening weekend. All things considered, that's a flop because it cost $250 million to make.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Okay.
All right, let's go to number 4. What had more people watching in Australia on TV? Prince William's wedding or Prince Harry's wedding?
Liam.
Go for it, Liam.
I reckon Prince William.
Why is that?
Just like more people watch TV then.
Nah, I would say Prince Harry because of the drama.
Yeah, but more people were watching TV. Now no one cares. Everyone just sees it on Instagram and stuff.
True.
Liam, you are correct. That means Liam goes 3 to Belle's 1. He has got the win. Do you want to do one more for honour?
Yeah, why not?
All right, one more for a victory lap. What's got more views? I like this one. Lil Nas X's Old Town Road.
Got the horses in the bag, horse stock is attached.
Or Cardi B's WAP.
From the top, make it drop. That's a
WAP.
wet. That's a when I get a bucket.
Go for it, Belle.
Yeah, it's WAP.
You're horrible. You're horrible at this
Pretty
game.
embarrassing on the victory lap. I was sort of like, I'll let you say it. Yeah, but think about how many kids listen to Lil Nas X.
Yeah, but like the video clip was nothing special.
And it's been around longer.
Lil Nas X got 683 million. Cardi B's WAP is on 505 million. So that is my new game. What do we think? What's got more views?
Yeah, I mean, I like it because I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but fine.
I think it might be back.
There was an intro, which I think everyone sort of noticed. It was very heavily auto-tuned. Here it is here.
What's got more views? What's got more views? Tell me, I gotta know. What's got?
And I heard there was a little bit of back and forth in the audio booth when Ben was recording this, and Scarter, his audio producer, said, "Oh, we can auto tune that," and there was a bit of Harvey don't do auto tune. Like, there was a bit of Ben obviously thought his vocals could carry, and
I don't think that.
Lucky we've been able to get a hold of the raw track.
Yep.
So we do have the original.
Yep.
And I think we're going to enjoy that now.
What's got more views? What's got more views? Tell me, I gotta know. What's got more views?
Is that like...
Tell me, I got no.
You sort of gave up between your own... No wonder why you had to sort of get it in key a little bit.
The inflection had to be different, so it sounded different.
Yeah. I don't know.
Pitches were pretty good,
So it's kind of like that thing, isn't it, where you pay money to go see an artist that you love on like Spotify or the radio or something, and then you get there and they're live and they go, "Tell me, I don't know," and you go, "Oh, it's not really the same, is it?" Well, Ben and Belle, this is a good news story. Jock Landale is a 27-year-old basketballer who hails from right here in Melbourne, and he's just signed a $48 million NBA deal with the Houston Rockets. He joins us now. Morning, Jock. Congrats on securing the bag, my guy.
Morning, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a week.
How do you find out that news? Is it just a phone call? You pick up your phone and they give you the good news?
Yeah, there was kind of a little bit of a build-up process, but the extent of that deal with the Rockets was pretty well out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. So yeah, I kind of woke up at 3 a.m. to a FaceTime from my agents, and they were like, "Look, this is where you're going, and this is what it's for." And at that point, there was kind of no questions asked. It was just a bit of shock, and I don't know if it's really set in still.
Oh, for sure. So if that's a FaceTime at 3 a.m., do you then go back to sleep, or are you just buzzing for 48 hours?
Hell no. I was buzzing for 48 hours, mate. I was non-stop at that point.
As you should be. I mean, it's off season. Did you get to celebrate a little bit, have a few drinks and see friends?
Absolutely. I went out with my family that afternoon, and I actually organised a dinner with all my friends and stuff the following weekend because I found out at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. on Sunday morning. And then they called me overseas to kind of go and do my physicals and sign my contract out in Vegas. So I haven't really had a proper chance to celebrate yet, but I definitely will next weekend.
So, Jock, sorry, let me get this straight. So you're in Melbourne at the moment. So have you just flown overseas, done all the paperwork and everything, and then come straight back?
Yeah, I flew out Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the Arvo, and then I flew back in Monday morning at 6 a.m. So it was 2 days of travel, 3 days on ground, and then back here.
Rockstar lifestyle.
Yeah, Jock, I love this. This is so
not
cool.
all glitz and glam, but it wasn't half bad.
Well, especially for young kids in Melbourne listening, going, "Wow, I mean, you've done it. You prove that sort of dreams can come true." There's a video that everyone's been loving online. Like when you got the news that you've got this Houston Rockets deal, you're playing over there in the NBA for big bucks. You FaceTime your dad to give him the news. Here it is here.
Oh, I've just agreed to my next contract.
We're here with Partisan.
Houston. Swear to God.
You pull the leg.
Swear to God.
So what time, Jock, did you call him? Because obviously you got the news at 3 a.m. and then he's obviously he looks like he's in bed. Is he in bed when you call him?
Yeah, he was fast asleep. I called them. I probably called them at about 5 because we're living with my fiance's sister and husband, and so we sat up with them and we kind of ran through it with them a little bit, and then straight away called the family who's just up the road, and that was probably at around about 5 after I'd had a second to calm down. And mate, all of their reactions were priceless, but unfortunately we only got Clive's on camera.
Yeah, that's very sweet. Surely if you're staying with your sister and their fiance, surely they're asking for a bit of board these days.
Nah, they do all right for themselves.
I don't know if they're doing as well as you, mate, but I'm sure they're doing right. Yeah, how does that work with you, mate? You say you obviously got close friends, and I'd imagine most of your friends are just working average 9 to 5 jobs around Melbourne. Some of them might even be listening this morning. Yeah. Do they ever sort of when you sign a deal like this, are they sort of can I get a loan, dude? Or I wouldn't mind.
No,
they don't.
My mates aren't cut from that cloth at all.
That's good.
They refuse to take hands out. So they're good guys.
Yeah. So when do you fly to Houston to start playing? When do you officially leave Melbourne to go over?
I have a full-on couple of months, actually. So I start up my World Cup preparation at the end of this month, and then we're up in Cairns for a week and a bit, and then we come down to Melbourne and play some games.
Yep.
And then we fly out to Japan, do our group play out in Okinawa, I think it is, and then we go to the Philippines. And after the Philippines, I'll take a week break because I haven't really had a chance to have a holiday, since season finished with Phoenix. So I'll go out to Europe for probably a week and a half, and then out to Houston late September, and then we start training camp October 1st.
And that's just
so
till
I've got a
September.
lot of moving around.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's busy. Well, look, Jock Landale, obviously remember the name. If you're here listening in Melbourne, I mean, if you don't have an NBA team now, you do. Houston Rockets. Get behind this guy. So glad to hear as well, Jock, that you got such great family and friends around you, and they're not being weird about it or anything. Since we got you, reckon I could get a little loan there, mate. I just sort of fallen on tough times.
Mate, I'm sure the radio pays well.
Very good, Jock.
See you, Jock. Have a good day, mate. I, Ben, am definitely on baby watch. I'm waiting for my phone to ring for my wife, Sam, to tell me she's going into labour.
Well, I mean, I think the due date, Ben, for your baby is the 29th of July. I remember that because I'm the Godfather. I was had that great honour bestowed upon me earlier in the year.
So that's the thing, though. So I didn't realise, because this is the first time I've had a child, so I didn't realise. So I always thought that it was like within a couple of days of the due date. But the due date is just like a rough guess. It's like it could come at 40 weeks.
And can I say, I think the Godfather called it. I said it would be early.
Yep.
And I've also said it's going to be born tomorrow. So
Is that what you said?
I did say, I said the 13th, Thursday the 13th of July.
Right.
So
the reason we're thinking it's coming early is because Sam is saying she's just got a feeling her stomach's starting to just feel different. We went to the doctors actually, and they said it seems like she was showing all the signs of early labour.
Wow.
So she's home by herself at the moment, so I'm just waiting for my phone to be like ring, and she goes, yeah, it's happening, and then I have to rush home.
It kind of sounds, Ben, though, that you're just kind of like, yeah, waiting for my phone. It's going to go off. Like, are you freaking out? Are you excited, or what are you feeling?
I think so. Are we
what's
done?
Gonna happen? Like,
well, I think the body wants to have this baby. You know what I mean? Like she wants to have this baby, so I think it'll all just happen. I'll be there.
How are you feeling?
Not support her.
No. Oh my God.
Like, pats
this
on
is
the
where
back.
you say, Ben, oh my God, I can't wait. I'm going to have
no,
a
I
baby.
must admit,
I'm so
like
excited.
this conversation's like one of those things. I'm so glad I lucked out with the male side of things. Like when you're, we'll be right.
Oh, it's insane.
You know what I mean? I would be so scared if I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have a baby.
Yeah.
Like,
You have a person inside
Yeah, I know.
you.
Yeah, it's a freakish thought.
Yeah. Especially when your partner is freaking out and they're like, how am I going to get this thing out of me? And I have to go, you'll be right. Like, it'll, I know your body wants to do it. Like, it wants to have this baby.
Just give it heaps, you know?
Give it heaps. You know what we haven't done this week, actually? We should try and sneak it on. Baby name bingo.
True.
So,
especially if the baby's being born tomorrow. It'd be good to get a few, last guesses in.
Yep. So this year, we've been saying, if you can guess the name of my unborn son, we'll give you $1,000. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to call 13 24 10. You're going to say the baby name, and that's you being like, that's my name. So you're picking it. But then when the baby's born, I'll call up the show because I'll be at the hospital. I'll reveal the name, and if it's the name you picked, you get $1,000. Simple as that. Let's play it.
What's his name? What's his name? Ben's having a baby. What will his name be? Can you guess his name?
It's getting pretty close now. Ben's going to have a couple of weeks off, paternity leave. His firstborn son, my godson, Belle, and I will just be doing the show together. But we have done a little competition. Baby Name Bingo, been running it for like months now. If you can pick the name of Ben's son, you will win $1,000.
Now, I've said this on air. I'll say it again if you haven't heard it. We've got it down to 2 names. And what's going to happen is when the baby's born, we're going to look at him, and whatever he looks like, that's the name we're going to go with.
He looks like a baby. You can't
Yeah,
look and go,
but
he looks like a Robert.
I think you get a vibe.
Okay.
I was curious, actually, as well. We can talk about this later. I was curious. What's the longest somebody's gone without naming their child? Like, how long can you actually go before you have to give it a name? You know what I mean?
They'd probably give you a couple of weeks, right?
You reckon weeks?
I don't know. Maybe
that seems like a long time.
Maybe that's a phoner for tomorrow. Karen in Albert Park. What do you think Ben's going to call his kid?
Jack.
Pretty simple.
Jack is a nice
Yeah,
name.
it's simple, but it's a strong name and it can't be shortened because a lot of Australians like to shorten your name.
Mhm.
Like my name's Karen and some people call me Kaz.
Yeah.
But what they will do is they'll add an O onto it and it'll be Jacko.
Well, I did think of that as well, but you can just say, no, I don't like that. Say,
True,
no, don't you
true.
call my son that.
Yeah, for sure. Kaz, thank you very much.
Well, it's similar to
No
the name
worries.
Ben as well. You can't shorten that. It's nice. and
Well, yeah,
short.
what Liam said, though, people would call me Benno.
No one calls you Benno.
People call me Benno.
Who's ever called you Benno?
Fitzy, he calls me Benno.
Yeah.
I think that's because he's like, yeah, Benno, and then walks
Brian
out and goes
Fitzgerald,
there.
yeah, he adds O's on those people's names for sure.
Liam O.
Cody in Frankston, what do you think?
Morning, guys. Cody.
Oh, you
That's
got
your
your
name.
name. You're going to back
Yeah.
It served you well, Cody?
It's a good name.
Yeah,
easy
it
to
is
spell,
good
easy
name.
to pronounce.
Yeah, okay. So what's your spelling of Cody?
Cody.
Right. So do you think that I could do the EY version?
Definitely not.
Yeah. What I would say, Cody in Frankston, is Ben has a childhood friend called Cody, and
Yep.
if he did call his son Cody, I'd feel a bit robbed. I think it would cause a bit of tension. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
It's a nice name, though.
Yeah, it is.
Marilyn in Wheelers Hill, good morning. What do you think my son's name's going to be?
Good morning, guys. First name popped in my head was Oscar, but it was taken. So then second one was James.
Yeah, well, that's Ben's brother's name, so that could be, and he was his best man at his wedding, sort of keep it in the family.
Also a strong name.
Also, it's my middle name, so it also sort of gives me a little
Is that
bit-
your middle name?
One of mine, yeah, Liam Peter James, yeah.
Yeah, right. All I'll say is could be a good middle name suggestion.
Ooh.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to have a Liam Peter James Harvey? Is that it? Did I just win?
I swear, if I make my son's middle name James, and then because it's my brother's name, and then you try and draw some loose tie because it's your
Doesn't
middle
seem
name.
loose. It doesn't seem. I feel like you were trying to play it off then as like, oh, is that your middle name? As if you didn't know that.
You think that's my tribute to you?
Yes.
Sean in Cripps Point, good morning. What do you think my son's name's going to be?
Hey guys, I'm going Boris.
Forrest?
Boris.
Boris?
Boris with an F.
Oh, Forrest. Like Forrest Whitaker. Or Gump.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of good forests.
A couple of good
Like
forests.
walking through a forest.
Yeah, but it's like there's some good forests. Yeah, and you don't see it around like Forrest Harvey.
That's
not
with
common.
a double R, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forrest Harvey? Yeah, I don't mind it.
We've got another Karen on the line. What do you think Ben's going to call his kid?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I
Good morning.
think it could be Jordan.
Jordan's a nice name.
nice.
Jordan, yeah. And Jordan works for both. But my sister's a Jordan, so if you end up having a girl later on the line, no, I'm just saying you could have, if you like the name, you can use it
Yeah,
for...
but Jordan James Harvey, that's a nice name.
Oh,
It is a nice
that's-
name,
Yeah,
yeah.
JJH.
JJH, yeah. Ned joins us now in Carolyn Springs. Good morning. Let's do one more. What do you think my son's name's going to be?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
I feel like this kid's going to grow up to be a good-looking warrior, so I'm going to go with Sylvester.
Sylvester, like Sly.
That's
Adrian.
cool.
Sylvester, I would be blown away if Ben was like, "You want to meet Sylvester?" I'd be like,
Sly Harvey is a great name. Sly
It's
Harvey.
an awesome name.
It is,
Love that
Ned,
name.
it is a cool name, and Ben is a big fan of all the Sly franchises, as am I.
I also love boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, imagine if he called you back, Ned, and out of all the names, it was like, yeah, you win $1,000, it's Sylvester.
Whoa.
I'm sure by this point in the year you've heard about Prime. It was massive kind of 3 months ago. I feel like it was at its peak. You still see it everywhere on socials, mainly because it's backed by Logan Paul and KSI. They're the two like social media celebrities that started this drink. They claim it's a drink for like hydration, kind of like a Gatorade or a Powerade.
But it's more like closer to like an energy drink, right? Like a a Monster or something like that.
Yeah, I mean they try and market it like you're playing sport and you're drinking this thing to stay hydrated. But
Well, the hype was real. Like there was videos
Super
of
big.
like kids on scooters, like skating around Woolworths, trying to like
Yeah.
get the last bottles of Prime. And then when they were here, they were like they did something on the Today Show when they like leaned out and it was like Beatlemania, like they were leaning out the town hall and people were like screaming for this drink.
I was curious this morning, 13, 24, 10. Are you still drinking Prime even though the fad seems to have worn off? Are you still having a Prime at least once a day? Josh joins us now in Glen Iris. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning.
So how old are you, mate?
I'm 16.
16. And so you're having a Prime every day?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay. And so what's your favourite flavour of Prime?
Probably blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. And are you a big Logan Paul fan?
Not really. I just saw a bunch of my friends drinking it.
Yep.
It's kind of because it just has that thing where it feels like, if your friends are doing it, then you're going to do it. That's how things become cool at school. I
And
suppose.
so if your friends were all doing it and then that got you onto the bandwagon, are they all still drinking Prime?
Yeah, but I think I've gone off the bandwagon now.
Right, so you're kind of you're solo flying the Prime flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Did you buy one? It was like $20 a bottle because it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Is it easier to get these days? Like now the fad's kind of wearing off. Is it
Yeah.
easier to go to the shops and get some?
Yeah, it's easy to go to like Woolworths because like they're normally all in stock.
Yeah, right. And so what's Woolies charging for a bottle of Prime?
I'm pretty sure it's like $4.50.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, right.
okay. I mean,
Reasonable.
look, I'm not fully into the whole Prime thing and all of that.
Mm.
And even hearing the flavour blue raspberry, I'm like, well, is it blue or is it raspberry? Like, you can't have...
What's blue raspberry?
Yeah, but what's that? Josh, after you have one, though, how do you feel? Like, do you feel jacked? Do you feel good?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel energized.
Yeah, well, you would because so there's a story in the news this morning, Josh, that so the FDA, this is an American thing, in America is doing an official investigation into the drinks. So they're facing scrutiny because of the levels of caffeine in these things. So they contain 200 milligrams of caffeine per bottle. So that's twice the amount of caffeine in a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
So it's like you're 16 and before school you're basically crunching 2 Red Bulls before you're even getting in there. Like that's
you're
that's
having
hectic.
you're having double Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
don't care.
Do you care or not really?
No, I kind of care. That's why I've kind of like dropped off a little bit. But yeah.
Right.
Oh, good stuff. Well, Josh, like, now that we've given you the facts, are you willing to say you're gonna kick the prime? That would be great, and you can say it here, and you never have to drink a prime again. Or because we invested earlier in the year when we thought they would be like a really expensive thing. We do have we've got an ice pop, a tropical punch, a lemon lime, and an orange here. If all yours if you want.
After the caffeine facts, I'm probably going to kick the prime.
He's kicking the prime. Good on you, kid. Good on you. We'll give you your 1-day chip.
You know what, Josh? I'll give you another choice. So you can either have 4 bottles of prime. We've got all the flavours there, or you can have a family pass to visit Sea Life, the aquarium.
Oh, yeah, everyday sea life.
Sea life. Yeah. He's going to the aquarium. The kid's kicked the habit. There you go, mate. I'm sure you'll be able to focus on your mates and school and sport, and you'll probably have a bit of a clear head after you kick the juice.
Have you been there before, Josh? You sounded pretty excited.
No, I haven't been.
First time.
But I've been to like the zoo and stuff, but never there.
I love that we think that like the coolest thing for kids is prime, but as soon as you mention sea life, he's like, oh my God.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.